Morning and afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining from all over Africa today. I'm not sure if everybody's here yet. I see people are still joining, but I think let's get started because it's already 2 minutes past. I believe we've got a fairly good turnout with about 50 registrations. Hopefully after I've run through the solution, we get to ask plenty of questions and we can discuss the system a little bit. Right, so today, as you all know, we're talking about the future-proofing your association in Africa. And there are many different levels to this concept. And of course, the first that comes to mind is AI. And yes, you should be using software that is AI enabled, and GlueUp is definitely that. We're part of an NVIDIA partner, so we've got AI built into all aspects of the system. But before we get there, let's take a step back a little bit, because there's different levels of future-proofing. And let's hear in the comments if your organization is still doing any of the following. Do you have paper-based applications? Do your clients need to download forms from the system? Do they need to manually complete anything? Do they need to email you, scan things to send them back? Or worse, do you still use fax? Do you offer online payments? Or do you require people to send proof of payment so that you can manually reconcile? Are you running reports from spreadsheets, manually inputting data? Or do you have systems that actually manage that for you? Can you run real-time reports of member status, finances, campaign reports, etc., all from one place? And lastly, but probably the most important in Africa, are you mobile optimized? You know that in Africa, all internet traffic, at least 75% of all internet traffic takes place on mobile phones. And that's not even counting mobile apps like your Facebooks and LinkedIn's and TikToks and so on. If you're counting those, you're looking at sort of 96% of all mobile traffic all internet is on mobiles. And these are just the basic fundamentals of a user-friendly experience. This is what clients expect nowadays. They expect a system that just works, that they aren't required to put in all this manual input. Let's face it, running an association with outdated software is like trying to stream Netflix on dial-up. If you want to stay relevant, connected, and efficient, then future-proofing with the latest tools isn't a luxury, it's a must. The right software helps you automate all the boring stuff, wow your members, and make better decisions faster. Plus, it frees you up to focus on what really matters, like growing your impact or finally taking lunch before 3 p.m. I'm assuming most here today have heard of GlueUp before, or you've seen us in use at other organizations. But for those who aren't familiar, we're a global leader in the software for membership-based organizations and event planners. And GlueUp software is by far the most used AMS, which is association management software, on the African continent, with hundreds of local clients who have upgraded to GlueUp over the past decade. You'll recognize a couple of these logos, but I mean, our solution is module-based and can be adapted for the many needs of different sized organizations, from small organizations right up to the biggest organizations. You can head to the GlueUp website for customer testimonials from local and international clients. One of them I just want to feature here is the African Society of Association Executives, AFSA. We've been partners with them for many years. They've been our client for, I think, about 8 years in Africa. They obviously an association for associations, or a society for associations, and they recommend us to their clients, but they also use our software themselves. So why do all these organizations choose GlueUp over just using traditional software? The short answer is that we help them look good and our automations make their lives easier. And we do this by providing an intuitive, all-in-one solution, which handles everything from events to memberships, marketing, finances, and much more. And it gives both the admins and the community members the ability to manage everything from the comfort of their mobile devices or their desktops using intuitive and familiar functionality that's simple to navigate for all types of users. The Manager app for admins allows team members to manage membership applications, event check-ins, get real-time statistics, and more from anywhere. And the end user MyGlue app gives users access to community groups, events, tickets, CPD management, tools, newsletters, member directory, messaging app, business card exchanges. They can access their accounts and they can even update their contact information. And if you'd like, this entire system, this entire app can be white labeled so that members can download your own organization's app from the Apple or the Google Play Store. With the look and feel and functionality similar to popular platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, the users can jump right in and make use of the system in a private space, which puts you in control of your own data and contacts. You've got the ability to create unlimited topic-specific groups with their own privacy levels, giving access to exactly who needs it. And because it's your space, you can sell off group banner ads, pinned announcements for sponsors to generate additional revenue. You've got all the familiar controls of social media where you can moderate, you can turn off commenting, you can get engagement analytics, and more. It's a space where you can really start to add value for your members and your event attendees by giving them the means to actively network and become involved in the private groups. Going mobile means you don't need special ticket scanners or third-party registration systems at your events. You can check people right in from a cell phone. And similarly, their ticket or QR code based is all QR code based, so they can even check in with their phones as well. GlueUp can link directly to your Wi-Fi printer, print the delegate badges, which are automatically populated with their information on the design. So you can set it up all in GlueUp using the built-in template. While we're talking about events, setting up an event, whether it's online, offline, hybrid, couldn't be easier using the advanced event template and blueprints that GlueUp offers. You can create marketing campaigns using GlueUp's AI-assisted tools. You can share these with other social platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, X, LinkedIn. With mail merge and advanced design tools, you can simply drag and drop content into your campaigns to get them designed quickly, and you can save these templates and blueprints to make sure all your content is uniform. And with all your marketing, you have full real-time analytics and tools to ensure that you're compliant with your local data privacy laws like DPA in Kenya, POPIA in South Africa, and of course, globally, the GDPR and even the new DPF framework. GlueUp also offers tools to link your existing Outlook mailbox right into the system to track your individual mails and record these to the contact CRM record for a fuller picture of all engagement. Coming back to the events though, of course, you have all the tools at your fingertips to track, monitor the events real time from your desktop or even on the mobile manager app. This gives you attendance tracking, it gives you campaign reports, and even profit and loss reports. You can send out on-site invoices if you need, you can record external expenses, and much more. GlueUp is all about helping you generate more revenue. So in addition to being able to run multiple sessions, selling masterclasses and add-on features, you even have a product catalog in both the events and the memberships modules. And here you can give users the option at checkout to add extras like jackets or caps or books, or even let them make a donation with a value of their choice at a click of a button with this. And this is added to their ticket or their membership fee. Stock availability is managed for you right inside the GlueUp application. If you offer training courses, you can track attendance automatically for CPD point allocations and qualify attendees using the built-in systems. You can even design and issue certifications, populated automatically with the information you require. Users can track their own third-party CPD points right on the MyGlue app as well. If making connections is important to you, then GlueUp offers a smart networking tool, which is a unique tool which lets people meet up face-to-face with other contacts that are relevant to them using smart AI-powered matchmaking. It's really all made possible because using GlueUp, you have a complete central picture being pulled into your CRM directly from your events, your memberships, your application forms, but also from their engagement with your campaigns, your events, communities, finances, membership tools. By understanding your contacts better, you can tailor your organization to better meet their needs. Ultimately, this gives you the flexibility to use built-in tools like our opportunity pipeline to easily manage your prospect pipelines and forecast better by moving contacts through these different deal stages. There's a lot to cover, so I'm just skimming over the key systems. But if you're interested in anything you see here today, then just reach out to one of us and we'll give you a proper tour of the actual system and go into a lot more detail, of course. When it comes to getting more members, the first place to start is to make entry easy for them. The applications we spoke about earlier, the paperless sort of system, you want to make it as easy as possible for them to sign up. With GlueUp, you've got unlimited field options on your online forms, mandatory, non-mandatory, multiple choice, drop-downs, file upload options. And if they have engaged with you before, then GlueUp will actually recognize them and it will pre-populate the fields it can for them. The next step in making it easy for them is allow them to pay online via EFT, credit card. And in Africa, we've partnered with the leading payments providers to enable this. We've got DPO Pay, we've got Flutterwave. Payments are recorded into the platform dashboard real time and trigger the next step. In the case of an event, GlueUp will send out the attendee ticket. In a case of a membership, it will send out a welcome letter and it will start the membership term. These payments can sync directly with your third-party accounting software, whether it be Xero, QuickBooks, Sage Intacct, and you can give specific user permissions to your external accountant to access if needed without exposing all your other sensitive information using roles and permissions. Using GlueUp to automate your workflows really makes the entire membership workflow easier for you to manage, but also it's easier for the member to manage, but also for the organization to manage as well. It's possible to set and forget. This means you can basically set up your memberships once. They will activate and they will run for the term, and on renewal, it's going to remind them and build them again without any intervention, unless, of course, you've set up the different approval stages. Using your workflow manager on desktop or in-app, you can see exactly where all your members are in their membership cycle. If there's anyone who hasn't performed an action, these will be flagged for you. And if there's anyone who needs approval, you'll also be notified. With advanced smart reporting, you can customize what reports you need to pull regularly. And these can be viewed in system or exported to Excel. The dashboards and reports help you to better understand your member trends, not only within their membership cycle, but also across the board and in the training and events module, how they engaged in terms of reading your campaigns, attending events, participating in communities, making payments, and more. If you need more info from them, then you can use the built-in survey module. The whole of GlueUp is really a one system for everything. So you don't have to sit with separate packages of info in Outlook, SurveyMonkey, MailChimp, your CRM, Excel, any other tools you might have been using. Now you don't need them because it's all in one place. If you need a website, we can build you one with all the integrations built in. If you don't, that's also no problem. We provide you free widgets so you can incorporate all your existing information on your site with all the widgets that we provide you by just basically dropping in the code. And then people can buy tickets, users can log into the MyGlue portal, members can sign up and so on. You've got your member directory there as well. So this is all built in. It's going to populate automatically to your GlueUp site or your third-party site via the widget. If you're a large organization and you run multiple branches or chapters, we've got those tools as well. We can actually run multi-chapter. We've got one organization running 600 branches, all under the GlueUp system. And each branch basically operates as a separate entity. Ultimately, we just need to meet with you, find out your needs, and we can set up a solution that works for you. With all the add-ons and integrations that GlueUp offer, it's very flexible, and because we have thousands of users sharing the development costs, you might be quite surprised at how affordable the solutions are compared to a custom-built system. GlueUp is well established. It's been around for well over a decade. And it's an out-of-the-box solution. So it's ready to use immediately. You don't have any development term or any testing. It's already been tested by a global pool of customers, and there are millions of users, so that you remove a lot of the unknowns typically associated with moving to a new software system. And of course, we help you to migrate with multi-level support infrastructure from your implementation manager, who will help you get the system set up to your needs, your training manager, who will ensure that you get all the necessary training on the platform. We've got daily training sessions, as well as an LMS system for you to access module training whenever suits you. And you've got your customer success manager, who's going to be your personal point of contact, plus an AI help desk for quick answers, as well as a 24-hour support desk. And I'd like to point out that our Africa support teams are based locally, mostly in Kenya and South Africa. There's a lot more to GlueUp that I haven't been able to cover in this short session, but hopefully you get the picture, and it's a well thought out system that's been crafted based on feedback from customers like you over the past 12 years or so. And of course, we can meet up after to discuss further. But now I'm going to open up the floor for questions. I believe there might be a few in the chat already. My colleague David in Cape Town is going to help me run through them.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you to our participants today. We do indeed have some questions. Matt, we've had a few questions which you've actually covered during your presentation as well, so I'm going to skip over those. But these are some of the questions that have come up that are quite pertinent. I think the most important question in terms of what our clients are asking is GlueUp an affordable solution for Africa? So I don't know if you can just expand on that question for our audience.
That is a very important question, and we're quite fortunate that we view it as they call it a tier 2 territory. So we get preferential rates, and it's really an affordable solution. If you're looking at what other software costs that does the same job, GlueUp has really made it affordable because it's packaged everything together. So you've been able to distribute that cost across the thousands of users globally, as well as the fact that you've got multiple systems. So you're not paying as much per system, and it's all bundled into a single package.
Excellent.
The other thing that's great about GlueUp, though, is that you don't have package A, package B, package C. So if your organization is a smaller organization, you're only going to pay for what you use. You're not going to be paying for an entire package of things that you don't need. We build it around your specific needs.
Excellent. Okay, cool. We've got quite a few questions around data security, particular POPIA. Could you expand on that a little bit, please?
Absolutely. So POPIA, as well as DPA in Kenya, are very much local versions of GDPR. And it's really to fit into the global data privacy framework and provide users protection. So we are GDPR ready, which makes us POPIA ready by default, DPA ready. And in addition to all of that, we've got a number of other functions that also help to provide additional security. Firstly, GlueUp don't even have access to your data unless you give us access. You control all of your data. We don't manage your database or your contacts for you. We provide you a software, just like Excel. When you're using Excel, you put data into it, but Excel don't necessarily have access to that data. Same sort of thing. We provide you a system that allows you to manage your own data. So you would manage that data. And if you need somebody to come in and help you with something, you give them access to come in and help you, and then you remove that access afterwards. But apart from that, we've also got all sorts of software built into the back end, like Cloudflare and all these retention policies. We use AWS for actually storing the information. AWS is Amazon Web Services. They're the global leader in the space. So yes, we've kind of covered all of those bases for you, and we've got the documentation to back it up. We've also been signed up, and we're actually certified in DPF, which is the Data Privacy Framework, which is a global additional step of privacy, which is being launched quite soon. Currently, it's just in Europe, but it will probably expand to the rest of the world as well.
Excellent. Thanks, Matt. I'd just like to extend an invitation to the attendees to add to the questions. Please do use the Q&A button in your meeting and pose any more questions that you'd like us to answer. Matt, I've got 2 more questions for you. This is an interesting one. Our association is run predominantly by volunteers and interns. So how easy is it for teams that are constantly changing and evolving and interns that are coming for short periods of time to adopt the system and to go through training? Thanks.
So that's a very good question. Firstly, before we discuss that, having multiple team members, you may not want those interns to have access to everything. So you can actually decide what roles and permissions you give them. So you can give them access to segmented sections of the system. And even within those segments, you can say, all right, I want this person to be able to view, possibly create data, but not to export, not to be able to download any of the data from my system. So you can manage all those roles. Then we've got training, and we've got unlimited training. It takes place literally every single day on a different module. So you may have somebody that's just helping out as a temp at an event that needs to assist at an event. You'll just let them do the event training, which is a 45-minute training. If they want to get certified, they can actually access the LMS. They can go and do the LMS training, get certified. All of that is possible as well with us. So that they don't have to learn the entire platform if they're just going to be working for a couple of weeks and then leaving. I don't know if that answers the question.
No, absolutely. Thanks so much, Matt. This is the final question that I have for you today. And it's also quite an important one. This association is saying that they've got a very small team. How easy is it to set up and manage something like GlueUp?
Sure. We've built GlueUp, and please don't take offense, but it's built for dummies. So it's built for people of all skill levels. You don't have to understand coding. You don't have to understand, if you've ever used LinkedIn or Facebook or something with that sort of menu structure, you'll be able to figure it out pretty easily. We do give all the training. So we've got an implementation manager, we've got a training manager, we've got all these steps that guide you along it. And we've got modules. If you're more of a visual learner, we've got module guides. So it really is a simple system to use, but having so much functionality, there is a lot to still learn. But in terms of navigating, understanding it, if you learn the one module, because it's built across the entire platform, you'll probably understand the basic framework of all the other modules as well. And typically we ask for bigger organizations up to 90 days for onboarding. but we've had organizations go live in a much shorter period of time. If they dedicate and they attend those trainings, it really is an intuitive system.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Matt. And thank you to our attendees for your very valuable questions. That is going to conclude our Q&A session for today. But if you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to us via email. You can contact Matt on matt.raven@glueup.com, and we look forward to assisting you further. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, David. And we will be mailing a recording of today's session. So if you missed something and you want to go back, you'll have access to that as well. But as David said, just reach out to us. If you need a bit more information, then we can take you into the live version of the system and actually show you how it works from an end user perspective as well as from an admin perspective. Take you into the dashboard so you can see exactly what's there. And then we can chat to you a little bit further and understand your organization's needs and put a proposal together for you. Thank you all for joining today, and we look forward to engaging with you further.